The Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes trilogy is a fantastic reboot of the original movies. Each movie is different in tone, but they work together to tell one complete story. So, does it really need a fourth? Is there really any story left to tell? I'd say by the end of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I'd give it a cautious thumbs up. But like Dune Part 1, it kind of depends on what happens next. So, in Kingdom, hundreds of years have passed since the original trilogy. Caesar is a forgotten or misremembered figure. Human infrastructure still exists, but is severely damaged and decayed, and humans themselves are in some places a mostly forgotten species. The apes have developed different cultures, like the main group in this story who capture and rear birds. There's a great opening sequence where three younger apes swing up a mountain to steal eggs as part of a coming-of-age ritual. I really wish I'd seen it in 3D. After a while, another group finds the bird apes, enslaves them, and the protagonist Noah must find and save the rest of his group. The first third or so of the movie has basically no human characters, and it's a brilliant technical achievement that the apes look flawless and interact with each other, and they're convincing as actual characters. I mean, I don't see apes every day. Like the dragons in Game of Thrones or the Balrog in Lord of the Rings, if you're going to do computer-generated images, make it of things that you don't see every day. It's much easier to fool the brain that way. But it's not just the apes themselves. The human-ape interaction is like you can't see the joins. So you're not thinking about the tech here, you're just watching the movie. In fact, the only time where the CGI kind of lets you down is when you see the herd of humans who do some really strange running. They look kind of plastic. Is it CGI? Or is it terrible acting? Anyway, my point is that the new Planet of the Apes movies honestly make the old ones look kind of goofy, so as a technical achievement, Kingdom is amazing. So back to the story, and I am going to kind of spoil things from now on. Noah has to go and find the rest of his group and take them back home. He meets an orangutan. Now, the orangutans have always kind of been the science, the intellectual arm of the Planet of the Apes franchise, and it's no different here. We find out that Noah can't read. He doesn't even understand the concept of reading until the orangutan explains it for him. This point is an important piece of setup for the later part of the movie. So the apes are clearly the dominant species on the planet still. They've got the upper hand over humans, but despite the fact it's been hundreds of years, the apes are not advancing technologically. They don't understand what the human ruins that they live amongst are. They don't know how to create better weapons, for example. The orangutan decides to join Noah in his search for his tribe. They also meet a human. If you've seen War for the Planet of the Apes, and spoilers for that too, you'll remember that humans couldn't speak by the end of that movie. They had some kind of virus that robbed them of that ability. But this human can speak. The apes are shocked. So the ape, the orangutan, the human get captured. They get taken to a labor camp by the sea. In some ways, this part of the movie felt like it was recycling elements from earlier movies. So there's a labor camp, like there was in War. They're by the sea, very reminiscent of the 1969 original movie. But this is where the story reaches its peak. The reason the camp is here is because the leader of this particular faction of apes, Proximo, has found a human-made bunker and wants to break inside and use whatever technology he can find there. And like I say, spoilers, May, the human character, is also trying to get inside this bunker, and she's looking for something specific. There's been a lot of criticism of this character. She's been characterized as a bit of a girl boss, but what she does and how it happens, it kind of works for me. If it was a male character, I'd kind of be waiting for the hammer to drop. I'd be waiting to see what his agenda really was. With a woman, when the mask slips, when her true intentions are revealed, and when she displays how far she's willing to go to fulfill those intentions. I found that much more impactful. It's a great example of a film showing rather than telling what a character is like. And isn't the problem with so many modern audience movies and TV shows that they tell rather than show? So here we've got a show rather than tell. So I don't honestly understand the negative reaction to her character. She's very nice on the outside, but May's not really a particularly nice person. She's using the humans, the apes around her, to get whatever she wants. As she lectures Proximo as events reach their peak, the apes haven't shown any ability to understand technology in hundreds of years, so should they be trusted with access to it? So I really enjoyed how the tension of the story resolved in the end. By the end of the movie, the dynamic of Dawn is restored. We have the humans versus the apes, except Noah is maybe more suspicious than Caesar was in that movie. And at the very end, we see what May's mission at the bunker really was. So it was a twofold mission. Firstly, to destroy the bunker, and secondly, to capture a hard drive so that her group of humans could activate a communications satellite. Yes, at the end of the movie, we're suddenly introduced to this group of humans that we've not seen before, and we don't really know who they are, and they can all speak, and they're living inside this place. And okay, I guess this kind of maybe set some things up for future movies, but how can these people speak? Why didn't they get affected by the same virus? What have they been doing for hundreds of years? May is greeted by the cute Asian chick from season 1 of Altered Carbon, who's wearing this protective suit. So cute Asian chick is inside the facility and May is outside it. Is May stuck outside forever? If she's stuck outside forever, how can she still speak? I'm very kind of torn on this particular part. On the positive side, it offers a lot of questions. It gives so little information that it doesn't really commit to anything. It leaves a lot open for potential future movies, I guess. In terms of negatives, are we even going to see a sequel to this film? It's not like Dune Part 1, where if Part 2 had been a failure, then at least we'd have the book to read. If there's no sequel to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, then am I going to treat this movie like the 2001 Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes? Just pretend it didn't happen and rewatch Rise and Dawn and War? I really liked a lot of things about Kingdom, but it's difficult to assess it alone when it teases this much. So really, it depends on the next movie, I guess. Thanks for watching.